So it's Wednesday morning and it's about 8:19. It's 20 degrees already, as you can see. It's a bit flashy on this camera, but it's meant to cool down today. Up in the sky it's looking a bit cloudier. Look at that, there's a few clouds about. Hopefully you see a bit of rain. Over there it's looking a bit like it might come in. We had a brief shower last night about 6 o'clock. Yesterday was horrendously hot. It must have been about 35 degrees, I reckon. In like, if you're watching this from a different country, then you might think, wow, that's not as hot as here. But it's so bloody humid in this country. So 35 degrees is more like 45 in another country. So I just do a bit of crop walking at the moment while all the rest have their breakfast and we get moving. So this is the wild bird seed, what I planted in the spring. If you saw my TikToks, I was out on a quad bike putting it all on. And this here is what we planted. It's a bit gappy, got a few weeds in there in between, but this is going to be left for 2 years now, so we're not going to touch this for 2 years. So I've got grass there, birdseed there, so I've got to put a fence down there. It's going to get left for 2 years and then probably go back to grass, so it'll probably be an electric fence. We were going to do a barbed wire fence, but then I thought if we do that, you split in half forever. And this will probably like we'll do it here year after year, but you never know, we might change our tune and put it somewhere else. But that's coming well, that is. It's looking really smart. So we've got 4 acres there, and then we've got another bit. We've got some nectar at the road, and I'm going to go and have a look at that. But first I'm going to go and have a look at the wheat, because we've got some silage to cut, some grass to cut for silage. In the wheat, it's got grass sown underneath, so it was spring wheat and it was sown with grass. So I could go and have a look at that, and if that's ready, we might be able to do the whole lot in one hit and get it all done, and that'll save on sheeting the pit a few times. So let's go now. You see, I got the cows in with my truck this morning. One fired a shit at the bonnet of it. That's why I can't have Ford Ranger or Raptor or anything like that, because bloody truck what I drive around takes some abuse. I'm always driving around cattle, hauling cattle, getting the cows in, stuff like that with it. So that's why I keep a truck for such a long time. Next truck I get, as soon as I get it, bloody wing will be hanging off it or something like that. Right, let's check this wheat a minute. Toby's on sweeping out dry cows at the moment. So this is all the close dry cows, what we bring in from the field, what we're going to calve within like 1 to 2 weeks. We're on this silage, so this is just pure silage on its own, fairly fibrous stuff. It's Toby sweeping out. And then we're going to put some more sand in here in a minute, because like the sand's got down, as you can see, there's a bit of a dip there, and it's getting a bit not like sand, like fucking dirty sand. So we do that. It's really dry, so we've got to keep flipping the water troughs over each end of the barns just to get a bit of juice in to get the yards scraped bare. So they're right there. Toby's going to finish scraping out, put a bit of sand in, then we'll let the dry cows back in. And then in the winter, this is full of milking cows, because we've got 3 sheds here. We've got this one here, that one there, and another one over. It all links up into one big shed. And we've got the feed barrier in the middle here, and then we've got a feed barrier on the outside of the shed there. So 3 feed barriers, and we put 350 cows there. And the dry cows go down the road in another shed. But at the moment they're in cubicles, purely because it's easy, because as one gets ready to calve, we get them out and put them in the shed out there, and then they're ready to go in the milking parlour. So really simple, straightforward. And they stem up well too on this silage, because the grass is all a little bit short at the moment, so we would have to feed them out in the field. So they're coming here on there, so you don't want the dry cows just before they're going to calve really eating real short grass, because they give them milk fever and they get mag deficiency. So they're in here on this, and they've got mag in the water troughs, so it works really well for them. Toby hitching the bucket on the 125. He's going to go and feed some cows some cake a minute. Dan come back for the bell fork, now he's shot off on the trailer. He's a smart tractor, he is. He's little and agile, and he's ideal for dairy farmers. If we had to have one bolster, we'd have this one. We got a red one like this, a 115, but this one here is a little bit more powerful, a little bit more geared up, because it's got sat nav and that on it for the put fertiliser on. So he's a nice little tractor. I like the N series, I really do. Like, they're nice and big and they're more high spec, but this tractor here is spot on. Right, so we're going to hitch this tanker off a minute. This is the 175, and we're going to put the mower on because we're going to go and cut some peas and barley and grass this afternoon for round bells. There's about 15 acres, so it's not worth getting a whole crop header on the farger and going to cut it just for that, because there's a lot of grass in the bottom, so it'll mow quite well. So we'll hitch this off, hitch the mower on, and then that'll set that up. I think brother Tom is going to get some round bells in today with the 174 because he's not about at the moment, so we'll have to get their 125, the G125 ready to just put the camera there, put silage in that. What's going on here now? Right, so drop hydraulics down. It's just tanker off. Should it's tanker off. There we go. This is a new dials on the tractor. I think it's quite smart on the side there. A lot of tractors got it now. Like, see if John Deere's got them in the Massies in the fen. That's a pretty smart thing about these tractors. So you got to look through steering wheel more. Right, let's hitch this motor on. Alright, what we've got. All goes like that. Push that up. Right, that's them all hitched on. Transport 125 down. What are you laughing for, Tobes? You want to be famous? Huh? I gotta fold them up. Right, just fold them up. Shut that window. I finally found the spool valve to fold it up. Someone's been swapping it all around. Alright, let's get some fuel. So I had the hydraulic top link on the white one. Someone swapped it to the blue one, was a pain in the ass. But that hydraulic top link is going to come in handy today, because when we're cutting the peas and barley, it can be a bit of a sod to cut. So if we're driving along and we extend it, like the top link out a bit, that'll lift the bed up a bit, so we won't get so many stones. Here's Dad on a 175. Just go and bell haul in. Best thing about this farm is we just got stone tracks everywhere for machines to drive past, drive on. And then we got concrete tracks for the milking cows. We've got some cows out there. So to get all the fields and that, we just drive along these tracks. It's awesome. So they're kept up together too by the estate. So we drive nice and fast on it. Right, so here we go, we're out in the field. Just fold the mower out. Let's put a top link in a bit. He's on float. Put him on 1,000. Put that on. He's come on. Move him up to. I put him on 1100. Put the gear in. Start off in C1. Stuff where we had such dry weather, sucked all the moisture out of it, so it's like really dry. So we are forecast a bit of rain, like heavy thunderstorms this afternoon, but not too worried about it because it's only 50 acres and it's going on top of a load of other stuff that's been made in really dry weather. So, and the ground's so hot too, it's just going to burn off, and if it doesn't, it ain't really going to do a lot. It's so steady. So yeah, I moved this field, got 2 other fields in that kind of 50 acres, and then we've got a contractor coming tomorrow, do the whole crop, and then they're going to go back, put on a grass header, and then pick this up. So, relatively long day tomorrow, but it should be fine. We're going to sheet the pit tomorrow morning, just before they come. Get it all wrapped up in one day, get the job done then. And then we can move up onto the organic farm and do the pizza party. Well, should be some good stuff. That's going quite well at us in this way. Alright, that's that field cut. Got the mower there. Just got to check the blades. Might have to put a new blade on. There's a bit of rain in the air. A little bit of misty shit. Alright, let's have that. Well, I thought this side it was looking a bit rough, but it looks alright, that blade. So that one's not too bad. This is what we get on these Fendt mowers. Fucking blade gets tucked up underneath like that. There's no way that fucker's coming out. I'm gonna have to get the tool and sort him out. This is what we've got, doing the blades. Show you how it works. Alright, so what I do is I put them under like that. Lift them up like that. He should wiggle out, but he's not. He's completely stuck in. Get a screwdriver for him. Alright, here we go. I got that blade out. He's got to go back in like that. If it go back in, just about. He's in. I'm gonna pull this down. Like that. Put it back in there. Job done. Right. Just crack on. Go. Right, so I've got about 8 acres left and then we'll call it a day, I reckon. That'll be 56 acres of grass, then 22 acres whole crop. We're going to camp on top of the maize. So that'll be a nice bit of stuff. It is meant to rain tonight, about 10 o'clock at night. Might have a heavy thunderstorm, but not too worried about it because the grass is really dry. And the ground's really dry and it's really hot on the ground, so if anything, we don't want too much rain on it, but a little bit of moisture in the grass will do it a bit better, especially if it's going on top of the maize. So that'll help out when we feed in the winter.